choose the color. Color white. Color is not okay. Let me put red color. Yeah. So what happened here? Just try to understand the JD first, right?
Okay.
So here JD, the profile they are looking for system development engineer. This is the profile, right? But in this profile, they are looking for experienced engineer service such as SharePoint. Do you know what is SharePoint?
Yes, I've worked with SharePoint Online before.
You have idea, right?
Yes, well, you can touch on it shortly. Well, I have an idea.
Do you have experience about microservice?
Microservices, Kubernetes, containerization.
Kubernetes containerization, perfect. So you have much understanding about microservice, right?
But you will take me through it. The understanding is not a whole lot.
Okay, so let me show you that one. Try to understand the exact flow of the microservice, the concept.
Are you recording?
Yes, recording is going on.
Thank you.
So let me open one slide. I have a slide, so let me open that slide. Earlier what we are doing, the traditional architecture which we are maintaining, that is called monolithic architecture. So our application, how it was inbuilt, so application it was not dependent with another things, right? Suppose we have a ordering UI, we have a order history, we have a inventory, we have mailing, all these things it was inbuilt with a single server, right?
Okay.
Single dedicated server. So what we are doing, one of the dedicated server we are building, on top of we are building our order application, reporting application individually, marketing application individually along with the database, right?
Yes.
But nowadays this is very complicated and this is very hectic, and it is not user friendly, it is not providing the high availability to the users. For example, my order app will be server totally goes down, right? Then what will be happen? My order history, my inventory, my mailing, everything will be blocked, because this is a dedicated service, right? So if server is goes down, my all the services will be goes down. Then industry thinking about why not will create the individually, the service will create individually, so that if one service is goes down, other service will not be impact, right? Are you getting my point?
Yeah.
Then this concept they are moving to microservice approach. Suppose my ordering service, my reporting service, my marketing service, these are the three services, right? And my inventory service, my order history service, my mailing logic, my sales history, my email, all are the services, right? So if my order service is goes down, so other will not be impact. My inventory will goes down, my other order history, email, sales history, email, that will not be impact. That's why microservice architecture comes into the picture, because earlier days what was happening, if our dedicated host is goes down, then our totally we are taking downtime, our DRA, SLA, SLIO, everything was taking long time to recover it, right? Nowadays, if we are using service wise and we are using Kubernetes container based application on top of only one server, but in one server we are using multiple services. But in traditionally we are using 3 servers. How many servers we are using? 1,
servers.
2, 3. But nowadays we decided only one server will implement all these our requirement will be fulfilled. How it will fulfill? Because of container based solution, right?
Okay.
For example, in a bean, uh, one transport will be happen one location to other location. But in my bean, the data will be could be grapes, could be apple, could be orange. So 3 fruits can be put into my bean.
Okay.
That will transfer one location to another location, right?
Yeah.
But this is one container. Similarly, GKE Kubernetes is helping us to create a multiple service to deploy in a particular dedicated server. We are using container. We are using pod. Inside the pod, we are using multiple container. So in this container, the service is up and running. Getting my point?
Yeah.
So this is the all about overview of how we are moving ahead from the traditional, from the monolithic service to the microservice.
Yeah.
This was the whole story. And how we are moving ahead from the bare material to virtualization, then we are moving to containerization, then we are moving to the serverless. How we are moving towards the technology from the bare material to virtualization, virtualization to container, container to serverless. This is our whole increasing business logic rapidly growing in this way. Are you getting my point?
Yes.
Okay. So now we are moving to
which options are in serverless?
know the agile mindset and DevOps.
Which one is that?
Agile mindset and DevOps
I don't know agile, please. I don't know agile. Can you put me through that one?
agile method mindset is that have you used any Jira tool?
I've used Jira before, yes.
So Jira process is the agile process. This is the example of agile. What we can do, we'll create a task. Suppose I got one project, right? So in this project, multiple tasks. Suppose some data task, some network task, some security task, some DevOps tasks, some developer tasks. Are divided into multiple tasks. Then multiple team will work on that. And one project manager, agile manager will take the update. What is the status of this? What is the status of this? What is the status of data? What is the status of network? Then what would be the outcome of this project? All this will take the update on this particular project. That is called agile process, right?
Okay.
And the DevOps process, which is DevOps is nothing but development and operation team. Development team and operation team, how they will be working together along with the CI and CD. Continuous integration and continuous deployment will be happen. After deployment, like a DevOps engineer will check the middleware person. After deployment, they will check whether my pipeline successfully deployed or not. To observe the observability, will check or monitor my deployment successfully happened to the X, Y, and Z environment like development, prod, and non-prod. Then if not, then it will come back to developer. Hey, whatever code you have given to me, I just deploy into production, but there is some issue, code related issue. Now you go and do the code fixing issue. You fix that, then let me updated deployment. So I'll start the updated deployment. then I'll check whether the updated one is deployed or not. We'll check. So then DevOps engineer comes into the picture to set up a pipeline and deploy the code into the environment. This is the whole process of DevOps. I hope you understood. Do you have any question in DevOps related?
Not yet. I want to learn Jenkins. What does Jenkins do?
Yeah. Come into the Jenkins part. Right. So Jenkins is a continuous building tool. Continuous building tool. I mean, you can say it is a okay, let me explain in this way. Suppose a developer write piece of code, but that code where they will store, code will store into any version control. What version control? Do you have any idea? Git, GitLab. In Google Cloud or AWS, do you know? In AWS?
AWS is version control is code pipeline.
Yes. Code commit.
Code commit.
Yes, right?
Yes.
Code commit. So you'll store that code over there. Once code placed there, what we'll do? Jenkins will what Jenkins will do, let me show you one of the diagram I have. Let me show you that.
Okay.
Can you see my screen?
Yes, I can see it now.
Okay. So you are asking me what is Jenkins, right? What
Yes,
Jenkins doing? So because of AWS point of view, I am trying to explain in details, right?
Okay.
Suppose I was explaining the developer write the code and putting into code commit.
Okay.
This is the version control.
Yes.
Step 2, Jenkins what will do? Jenkins AWS code commit, fetch the code and then deploy through the cloud formation. Do you have any idea about cloud formation?
CloudFormation is an AIC tool. It's like Terraform, but it's just specific to AWS.
Yes. Infrastructure as a code. Right.
Okay.
But code commit and code deploy, code build. The other diagram should be for CI/CD. What will happen? Code commit, then cloud native. If I'll talk, code build and the code deploy. Code deploy. The two tool the AWS provided for CI/CD.
There's code pipeline too.
Code pipeline. Yes, code pipeline. But instead of that, Jenkins we are using a third party tool over there. The code pipeline, whatever task code pipeline is doing, the same task Jenkins will do that. Jenkins is a third party tools, open source tool, Java based, Java developed.
So code pipeline and Jenkins is the same thing.
Same. We are on-prem, we are using Jenkins, but in cloud we are using cloud pipeline, right? So the whole story, let me tell you. Jenkins developed by Java programming language, and Jenkins what doing? Jenkins the build and build the integration, and once integration done, then code deploy into target, right? So Code integration is the meaning is that suppose code is there, one binary package will create. What will create? One binary package will create. That package will be stored into your artifact. Do you know about the artifact tool?
No, I don't. Please tell me.
JFrog is the third party tool. Nexus is the
Yeah, I know Nexus.
Nexus.
Python is JSON.
And AWS we are storing, where we are storing the artifact. Any idea? For example, the developer are write the code, check in code into Git, right? Then continuous building to where? Continuous building will create the artifact, right? So what will do artifact? It will create a Docker image, push the image, pull image, then that image will store into where?
And the image will store into code commit.
ECR, ECR, container, elastic container registry. Once your Docker image store, then your continuous deployment will be Jenkins will deploy that image to Kubernetes, right? So that can be continuous delivery. Once your image is ready, then continuous delivery will help us to provide the path to Ansible. Then Ansible will deploy into your target environment. This is the whole workflow of the DevOps engineers, DevOps project. Any of the DevOps project, this is the outline of the DevOps project.
Okay.
Are you able to understand that?
I don't understand this one.
If you are not understanding now, you have to do the POC project. Then you can able to understand how continuous build how working, how continuous deployment working, how Docker image push, how Docker image pull, how Docker image creating, how we are deploying into Kubernetes, right? So you have to create one POC, then you can able to understand the architecture.
Okay, so when can we do that?
So you want to do that as well?
Yes, I would like to do that if we have the time.
Okay, then you have to set up at least 2 hours for that. 2 hours time is required for the POC project.
Can we do that tomorrow?
Tomorrow 2 hours. Okay, morning. After lunch it can be possible. And my time 3 p.m. would be possible. 3 to 4, 4 to 5. IST 3 to 5.
Okay, I'll book it.
Okay. So we'll do a POC in, regarding this, right? Then you will understand the flow.
Okay.
DevOps, we need to create one POC to understand the workflow as in a practical manner, in practical way, right? Because you are not able to understand the architecture. Then we'll discuss about the implement, innovate, document, collaboration, solution and solve. This is all about the documentation, like we'll create the doc, you'll create PPT, you create Excel. How you are able to creating document, PDF, PPT, Excel. That is all about the implement, the innovate, document, collaboration. I mean you have to work with your team and you present something, you contribute something. So collaboratively you have to work. Designing and building service that scale for millions of global users, and this is related to load balancing, right? So once your account created, AWS account, we will be discussing about the load balancer, right? then delivery new highly scalable software solution. So that will be covered in the DevOps, because highly scalable software solution, when we set up the CI/CD, then we can able to provide the scalable solution for the software solution quickly and without a short period of time. Quickly, how we can deploy the application, how we can quickly deploy the software. Sorry.
I can book 2 hours for tomorrow.
Okay, yeah. Expanding your own skills, constantly learning and the experimenting new tools, idea. Expanding your own skill by constantly learning. So you can, so I can challenge, I can keep learning, keep growing activity, on that activity you can show up. If is there any new skill you will provide me, I am agree to learn it and do it, experiment it and implement it. What I can do, I can learn it, I can experiment it, I can implement it. That kind of challenges you should have in your internal skills.
Okay.
Then design architecture implementation. Suppose I was talking about some of the DevOps architecture. So you can able to create a solution architecture, like what should be the workflow, where we should use cloud commit, where we should use code pipeline, where we should use code deploy, where you should use Jenkins. All these are the solution you should have, so that organization or business, as for the business requirement, whether they are going for cloud native or they are using third party tool, you have to suggest.
Okay.
That capability you should have, right?
Okay.
Then tomorrow onwards we'll discuss the discipline and all the
CI/CD, you put me through the CI/CD pipeline.
CI/CD pipeline is the important one,
Yes.
because this is the DevOps task. Yeah. So that we'll discuss. You have already booked, so then I'll discuss. I think.
I'll book you tonight. I'll book you tonight.
So today that's it for today. Tomorrow we'll catch up for the POC project.